Okay, away from that now to the Spotlight segment. Today, we have emerging alternative singer, the poet Ochunloho, whose debut single, Free Falling, is getting significant attention within the music space. More in this next feature. Do enjoy.
Born in Lagos, Nigeria, Zipowe Ochonogo, simply known as Z, always knew she wanted to be involved in music. She went from joining different age grade choirs to hosting mock mini music sessions in her secondary school. She is one to always seize opportunities to belt out a few tunes.
I want you to know that I'm free falling through the motions, salsa dancing with my emotions, butterfly stroking through the ocean, just a steady groove. And I've been falling for you.
My background in music, I feel like I've always had music in my soul. Part of me, I grew up around music. My dad had this collection of like oldie CDs, so I grew up listening to Westlife, Dolly Parton, ABBA. So like I've always had music around me, and I always knew I wanted to do something in relation to music. Like I was part of many dance crews actually in UI, and it wasn't until like 2019, I think, that I actually made the decision to pursue music professionally. I had this friend that was a rapper. I actually had multiple friends that were doing music, but this person in particular was like a huge influence. He was a rapper, and then we had a conversation where he's like, "Oh, Z, you were always talking about you want to do music, you want to do music. How about you like sit down, this is a beat, try to write something in actuality?" Because I've been writing music-ish for a while, poems, I have write-ups on Medium, but like nothing like a full solid song that I would call my own. So I think that day I was over at his place and he's literally like, "Okay, here's a pen and paper, sit down and write a song." And I sat down and I wrote a song. So that was what like really started building momentum from there.
Having experimented with songwriting since the age of 13, she seamlessly transitioned from singing popular songs and miming to officially dropping a debut original single titled Free Falling.
The immediate action was actually very positive. A lot of people, anytime I would tell them I was going into music, was actually very positive. People were really supportive, especially when the song came out. And that's when my parents found out because they didn't know before. And my uncle played the song for my dad. And my father literally calls me and he's like, "You're doing music. You did not tell me. Okay, now I am on board. How do we go about this?" And it was crazy because, to be honest, I mean, my parents are supportive. My dad is always like, "Whatever you do, I will support you in it. Like, whatever you choose to do." But I mean, it's Nigeria. I still had that little bit of hesitation, I would say. But when he found out, he was like over the moon, ready to get down and do whatever it takes to push my career and support me. So yeah.
Even though the Afrobeat genre is the in thing at the moment, Z's eclectic exposure to music from her father's numerous collections has formed in her a unique alternative sound that has got her immediate moderate attention without the backing of any record label.
Actually, with R&B, it's not really the center of the Nigerian entertainment industry, I would say, but that's where I feel centered in right now. I'm absolutely open to branch out and try different genres as I move on, but for right now, I think the R&B stage is for me. My sound, I would say my sound is very Z. It doesn't really fit into a box. I feel like even in the R&B elements that I'm working with, there's still little bits of others. There's like a hip-hop bit in the song that I dropped. So it's very flexible, I would put it like that. You can't put my sound in a box and say, okay, this is what it is. It always has little bits and hints of inspirations from like other genres.
She made opening appearances at some events during the Dirty December festivals across Lagos State, southwest Nigeria last year. It was a big step in her fledgling career.
I didn't think that right off the bat I would be going with performances like that, especially at like festivals. So that was pretty overwhelming, but I'm really glad I did it because the crowd wasn't what I would expect. I mean, I was performing for 30-something to 40-something, 50-something-year-old Nigerian adults. To be honest, they're not exactly my typical target market, but the reaction was really positive, and I'm really glad I had that experience. My dad was like, this is the most unlikely crowd, and the fact that they got you is really awesome. The plan going forward, I have one project out now, my debut song, Free Falling. And moving forward, I'm hoping to make more music, put it out there, try to connect with people, my people.
Come on, you ready? Let's do it.
I am absolutely down to secure a record label. I mean, from grass to grace, you have to start somewhere. And my humble beginnings right now, having my friends and family push it has been really awesome. But nobody's going to turn away from a big boost by a record label, so I am absolutely looking forward to that.
Salsa dancing with my emotions, but tough like
Her music is laced with lyrics on expressions of love, hope, healing, and sometimes vulnerability. She's a graduate of the University of Ibadan and made her debut in music scene with the official release of her first single, Free Falling, in October 2022.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.